And Colton, we are live.
We be live.
So it seems that you and I are the only ones here today, and I don't know why. Jay is over there in the comments section, but nobody's popped up. And there's Muriel also. No one's popped up on the StreamYard today. So Jay says, hey, guys. And Muriel says, hey, everyone. Hi, everyone. And also Colton, he's writing over there. He says, hi, or hey to Jay and Muriel. We are going to continue where we left off last week, which means that we are going to start in section 𝗥𝗘𝗦𝗘𝗥𝗡 of our reading of Psalm 119. I always get confused. Should you say Psalms 119 because Psalms is the name of the book and it's chapter 119 of the book? Or should you say Psalm 119 because it's 119th Psalm that's in the book? And you know what's weird is that I see it both ways everywhere, and I don't know why.
I've always been told that you say, when you're referring to a specific one, you say a psalm, Psalm 119. Psalms is the collection or the book of them. Now, my question is, do you ever call it a Tehillah Aleph?
No.
Or, it's always Tehillah.
You say Tehillim,
Right.
Perek.
Right. That's
Tet. Yeah.
Right.
So Hebrew's English easier than English, obviously. You know what I mean?
Right. But I've always heard it said that you can do Psalm, but I guess if you're really pressed about keeping in line with how the Hebrew does it, you could justify Psalms.
Yeah. Kenny's also joined us, and he says, hello, everyone. So this is for posterity, those who watch the video afterwards will be able to see who was saying hi to us without looking at the live chat. All right, so we are in Psalms, the book of Psalms, chapter 119 in Hebrew. Before we get started, again, we want to mention our lovely Patreon members. First of all, Galen, who we haven't seen for a few weeks. I don't know what's going on there.
He was at the live.
Is he here?
No, he was at the
Zoom meeting.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he should be here with us. And Jay is here with us in the live chat. And then Adel, who was not available the past couple of weeks, but I expect him to be here today, I hope. And Colton, Elena, who just joined us last week and was there with us on the Zoom meeting for Patreon users. Aaron, who is on Discord all the time. Jonathan Santana. Ken, Mason, Muriel, Nate, Oscar, and Asael. Most of us spend time on Discord, I think. Mason's on Discord all the time. If you guys want to come over on our Discord channel, please don't forget that we exist over there, and we are available all the time, thehebrewcafe.com/Discord, and that will get you over there. Elena is now joining us on stage as well. Hi, Elena.
Shalom.
Hi, good to see you again. And with that, we are going to jump right into the next verse in our Psalms reading, which is verse 57. Again, this week I've put the verses on the right side in Hebrew gematria numbers, so whoever is able to follow along with that will benefit. These are the first 8 verses that we're reading, and we're going to read another section of 8. So we're doing 𝗥𝗘 and Zayin. No, 𝗥𝗘 and tet. Excuse me. We did Vav Zayin last week. We're doing 𝗥𝗘 and tet. So who wants to get us started with reading?
Well, I can.
Sure. I don't know. Do you have the YouTube video open again, or
No.
because I hear some feedback? Maybe it's just from your speaker.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, but if you have headphones, it'd be a good idea, so it doesn't feed back into your microphone.
So, is it good now, or I need to change something?
It's not your speaking. It's when I'm speaking, I can hear myself. I can't really hear it now, so maybe it's okay.
Okay.
I think it's okay now. I can't hear myself.
So let me do the audio. Let me go to a different mic. Let's go to iMac microphone. Sorry.
It's okay. Just so everybody is aware, we are under threat of attack right now from Iran, and so if there is anything that happens and I have to run to a shelter, then don't freak out. I'll just disappear. But I'll be back in 10 minutes. So.
Okay.
All right. So go ahead and start reading if you would.
Okay. 57. 𝗥𝗘𝗦𝗚𝗛𝗦𝗡 אמרתי לשמוע דבריך. You are my portion, Adonai. I said, to keep your commandments. Oh, your word.
Your words.
Mm-hmm.
Correct. Notice that it's normally we would expect this is a break, right? The text is broken there as far as the arrangement of the poem. If we look back on the previous slide real quick, just a second, look at this there. See, the poem is arranged so that the beginning of the line starts on the right side, and the line is justified also on the left side for the end of it, and it's broken in the middle. That's supposed to be the middle of the verse. But there is something a little bit strange about this one, that it doesn't have 𝗥𝗘𝗦𝗘𝗥. There's no ethnak. So what do we see instead? Ethnak, 𝗥𝗘𝗦𝗘𝗥.
Yes, and in the end we don't see a saluk.
Oh, we do.
We do?
Under the resh.
Oh, okay. I thought it was 2 dots over there.
Well, that's sof pasuk.
Well, that's sof pasuk, but next to segol.
No, that's it is I don't know if you'll be able to see it if I make this bigger.
Is it a line or 2 dots?
Can you see it?
Line.
So 57. Let me check on this one.
Yeah, it's a line by the segol.
But it is a line. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No, I don't see it. Yeah. Okay.
I can make it bigger on the screen if you can see that.
Yeah, I'm trying to. Yes. No, that's 49.
Can you see it on my screen?
Yeah, I see it now. Yeah.
So what's interesting is this mark on top of the. Hold on, I'll get rid of that. On top of the mem here. That is like a little square, right?
Yeah, that's Revi.
Square dot. That's called Revi'i or Revi'a. Revi'i or Revi'a. Right? Revi'a or Revi'i. That normally is not the mark for the middle of the verse. It's normally 𝗥𝗘𝗦𝗘𝗥, which is the one that looks like an upside down wishbone. But what's weird about it is this is certainly a disjunctive accent. It certainly separates from what follows, but we should actually read this as if it belonged there, as if the break were here. Right? So my portion is the Lord, or my portion, the Lord, you, O Lord, are my portion, something like this. 𝗥𝗘𝗦𝗘𝗥 Adonai. אמרתי לשמור דבריך. Like it should be broken in this way, I think. What do you think? If we look at the translations, the Lord is my portion. I promise to keep your words. I have resolved to keep your words. Kind of weird, the break there, right?
I got a question about the words. Is it singular or plural?
Which word?
Your word.
Okay. As it's written, it's plural. It has a yod, so it's dvarim, hadvarim shelcha, dvarecha. But BHS, which is the Biblia Hebraica Stuttgartensia, says that according to the Greek, ton nomon, which is it says ton nomon su, which means your law, and it's in the singular. They suggest that it should be read as a singular, devarecha. I have promised to keep your word, according to BHS. Does anybody have BHS want to confirm that? But that's what I read earlier.
Okay, so BHS doesn't have a yud?
BHS has the yud because the BHS is based on the WLC, the Westminster Leningrad Codex, WLC. It's the basis of the BHS, and so it has the yod, but it says that it would emend the text. BHS suggests emendations to the text to make them conform with other translations or perhaps correct them.
Thank you.
All right. Colton, you want to grab the next one? Nun
Sure.
chet.
All right. 𝗥𝗘𝗦𝗘𝗥𝗩𝗘 𝗥𝗘𝗦𝗘𝗦𝗘𝗥𝗓𝗔𝗡𝗙.
I think this is the third time that we've seen this expression b'cholev in the passages we've read.
What did we say this was? I know I had trouble with it when we read it this week.
It's like caressing the face. Right? Isn't that what it said? Let's look it up. Hold on. This is BHS. Oops. Take the whole thing. BHS, if we take this to halot, in the PL, PL, to appease or to flatter.
That's right.
By softening, by caressing. So you're caressing the face.
Soften, yeah, okay. Your face, I have pleased your face with all my heart.
Caressed. I've caressed your face, and it's a way of saying that I'm trying to make you relax and to be nice. Right?
Yeah.
It's like you do with your cat. You pet their face, or your loved one that you touch their face, and the reason is because you're trying to soften them toward you.
Yeah. Have mercy upon me according to your word. Have mercy according to your word. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. Let's see how the translations say. I implore your favor with all my heart. I've implored you. And that's by caressing the face. It's a metaphor, right? Nobody's really touched God's face to caress it.
Right. Well,
all right.
What does that have to do with being sick? Because in the
I think it comes. There are a lot of times where we have two roots that are the same root.
Oh, okay.
That have. Let's make this float and look at it apart from here. Normally, it would say like a second root, chalashtaim, like this one is to adorn, and then the next one to sing. Where if I saw machalat, I would think that it meant like it meant sickness of machalat. I would think sickness of something machalat, but it's saying that it has to do with this idea of singing. So normally it would separate it off by a different root. But in this case, it says that it's probably the idea is because chala is to be like weak or soft and to be sick or tired. And so you're making someone soft. You're not making him sick, but you're making him soft. You're softening him by caressing his face. So you're making him cheerful. And it relates it to an Arabic root here that means to be cheerful.
Gotcha.
Right? Mm-hmm. And how do we dunk? All right, fantastic. And here we go. So Nun Tet 59 says, Chishavti drachai va'ashiva raglai el edotecha. I'm going to check and see if we've had any comments. Not yet. Okay. Chishavti drachai. Chishavti is normally, it's the PL of chashav. Chashav normally means to think. And so in this case, Chishavti is kind of like the difference between like shavar, he broke, shavar, and shiber, he shattered. Mm-hmm. So shiber is the intensified form. He broke to pieces rather than just he broke. Kind of like shalach, he sent, and shileach, he sent away. Or he let someone go, he sent him away. And so what we have here with chashav and chishev, is this is like to think about something intently, to consider it. Today, we use this word to mean to calculate, like you calculate figures and numbers. And we use the word as the basis of the word for computer, which is machshev or mechashev. We normally say machshev, like 𝗥𝗘𝗦𝗘𝗥𝗩𝗚, machshev, but some people say mechashev. But it's 𝗥𝗘𝗦𝗘𝗥, sorry, is an iron, like you iron. It's a thing you use to iron your clothes to take out the wrinkles. So chishev is also for a calculator, which is machshavon. Machshavon. Oops. Making things wrong. Machshavon. Machshavon, or this might be she. Machshavon. Don't know. I've never pointed the word. I just say it. So this could be like I considered my paths or the things that I do, right? I thought about them well. I thought well about about my paths, about my ways. And this represents vav consecutive, which is 𝗥𝗘𝗦𝗘𝗥𝗡, right? And I did something. So it's, and I returned, I set back my feet. I turned my feet back to your testimonies. So I considered my ways and I returned my feet to your testimonies. Pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
So in RSV says, when I think of your ways, it turns it into a when, this, then that. When I consider your ways, I think of them, and I don't know why they say your ways, whenever this is not 𝗥𝗘𝗦𝗘𝗥, I turn my feet to your decrees. JPS, I've considered my ways and have turned back to your decrees, which is definitely more of a literal version. Let's check with BHS and see, because perhaps there is something right there, that little note. We're looking at 59, and the letters A, so right here. It says, according to the Septuagint, that's a little S, the G thing, the suffix is second singular, so it's your ways. But they suggest that we should probably, they propose the word 𝗥𝗘𝗦𝗘𝗥, that I considered my way. But the text is pointed as my ways. So that's why the NRSV goes with your ways instead of my ways, because of the Septuagint. All right? The Septuagint, of course, is the Greek translation of the Tanakh. Okay, let's look and see how we're doing. No comments. Why is nobody commenting? We have 6 viewers. Give us something to say. All right, Elena, we are back to you if you'd like to take verse 60. Kashti.
Kashti velo התמהמהתי לשמור מצוותיך.
Have you heard this word hitmamati before, or
No.
litmamea?
No, that's not in my vocabulary. Okay, so I hurried and did not
in modern Hebrew, we would probably say 𝗥𝗚𝗦𝗘𝗥𝗡. 𝗥𝗚𝗦𝗘𝗥𝗡. You know modern Hebrew, right?
No, I don't.
Oh, I thought you did. You sound like you know modern Hebrew.
I tried. So, and I will, but not right now. So that would be, and did not tarry.
Yeah.
To keep your commandments.
Yeah. So the word for, in modern Hebrew, litakev, is the passive for leakev, which is to hold somebody back. It's to be held back, to not hurry. It's the opposite of hurrying. So chashti v'lo itmamati lishmor mitzvotecha. This word leitmamea is leitmamati. It's in one of the 13 religious principles of the Rambam. Are you aware of that?
Yes.
Right. So let's.
Ani ma'amin.
Ani ma'amin be'emunah shlema. Let's look it up.
Yeah, that's right.
So let's look that up, and I'll show you if we can see the list of principles. Let's see. We don't want the song. Biat HaMashiach. It's the okay. This is it's also the words to the song, but apparently it's here. So he says, "Ani ma'amin be'emunah shlema b'viat HaMashiach v'af al pi sheyitma'amea im kol ze echakeh lo b'chol yom sheyavo." I believe with complete faith in the coming of the Messiah, and even if he should tarry, even if he should take his time, if he won't hurry, even if he takes his time. With all this, I will wait for him every day till he comes. This is one of the principles of Maimonides. So, אני מאמין באמונה שלמה בביאת המשיח, ואף על פי שיתמהמה, עם כל זה חכה לו בכל יום שיבוא. That's to just share that with you. I think it's a good. Is that music coming from mine?
That's the song.
Oh,
Did you hear
don't
it?
want to play music. Don't play music because YouTube listens for music and they can give you a strike for stealing people's music.
Oh, really? Oh, I'm so sorry.
You shouldn't ever play music over YouTube Live because they'll get you a strike for it. It's okay. It didn't come through too clearly, so it's all right. But that's where you should know the word hitma'amea from, just from that principle. It's a good idea to read through those. These are the principles of Jewish faith. Very nice. Let me clear up and we'll look at the translations. Yeah, YouTube has weird rules that you have to really listen to or they'll get you.
There's logic.
I hurry and do not delay to keep your commandments. I've hurried and not delayed to keep your commandments. Yeah, exactly. And we are on 261 for Colton. We got Sing Greek and Hebrew, your buddy. It's your buddy, right?
Yeah, it's James.
That's James right there. Who also spends time with us over on Discord. Let's throw that up there again so people remember to go to us. TheHebrewCafe.com/Discord. It's free. Come and talk with us. We love it. All right, what you got going on, Colton?
𝗥𝗘𝗦𝗘𝗥𝗡 רשעים יבדוני. Sorry, I shouldn't have taken that long. תורתך לא שכחתי. The evil portions.
Not portions? I think you're thinking 𝗥𝗘𝗦𝗘𝗥.
Yes, I am.
But this is chords.
Thank you. Oh, right. So the
bands of evil men.
Yeah, the chords of the evil ones. They ensnare me. They have ensnared me. Your instruction I have not forgotten.
All right. Where else would we think of this word 𝗥𝗑𝗦? 𝗥𝗑𝗦.
I think of the people
in terms of people.
Oh. Samson.
Why? Is it with Samson?
I don't know. Is that the word that they use to tie him up with cords?
Well, I'm thinking more like bands of prophets. Remember, there were prophets that were traveling around and used 𝗥𝗑𝗦. James says sailors, and I think it's used in Jonah, isn't it? But I'm thinking bands of prophets that would travel around. I need to send the link to my mom real quick because she's she should have been here already. Yeah, Elena, what's your question?
My question about the last word, 𝗥𝗘𝗦𝗘𝗥, but there is a dagesh in tav.
Yeah.
And is it doubling dagesh or is it?
No.
It's
It's linear.
It's linear. Okay, so it will be. Yeah, it would be two shvas under. So after one after the other, right? If it was doubling.
there would be a vowel before it. And you can never have a doubling dagesh after shva.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Doubling dagesh always has to have a vowel in front of it. So, alrighty. Everything else there is pretty straightforward, right? Except, I mean, the word, perhaps the word 𝗔𝗕𝗦𝗡𝗥𝗡, because we've seen soveveni, they surround me. We saw this in Psalm 22. We saw the past tense 𝗥𝗘𝗦𝗚, they surrounded me, and now we say 𝗔𝗕𝗦𝗡𝗥, which is supposed to be here also a synonym. But the idea is that these cords of evil men, these men are all brought together as groups, and they ensnare or they tie me up. And it is from the root that means witness, right? Ed. It's from the same root. Yeah. Interesting. All right, great. Translations. Though the cords of the wicked ensnare me, I do not forget your law. Again, we've got something happening here with the negative, and that sets off a contrastive situation where even though this happened, this will also happen, or even though this happened, this also happened. And so we've got this though feeling, which was repeated in both of the translations we're looking at. Though the bonds of the wicked are coiled around me, I have not neglected your teaching. I like the JPS. It's very poetic with the coiled around, and it always chooses nice synonyms. All right. Anything else being said? There's my mama. She says, "Love ya." Colton, where's your dad?
I don't know. He'll probably be here at some point.
So verse 62, "Chatzot laila akum lehodot lach al mishpetei tzidkecha." Okay, Chatzot Laila is telling when. We would normally expect it with Chatzot Laila, in the midnight of the night, in the middle of the night. Chatzot is used for both midday and midnight. So Chatzot Yom, Chatzot Hayom, Yom, means in the middle of the day. It means noontime. V'Chatzot Laila means midnight. It's from the root for cutting something in half. Lachtzot, chatza, cutting in half. The word for half is chatzi. Chatzi is half, and if it's va, then it's vachetzi. Like echad vachetzi, 1.5. Chetzi. Okay, so the middle of the night, I will arise, or I do arise. It's a nomic, right? I get up in the middle of the night. Why do I get up? To praise you, or to thank you, to give you praise. And what's he praising him for? To give you thanks for your righteous judgment. Get up in the middle of the night to thank you or give you praise for your righteous judgments. At midnight, I rise to praise you because of your righteous ordinances. I arise at midnight to praise you for your rules. All right, and we're back to you, Elena, if you want to take the next one. Looking for more comments here from the audience. My mom says hi to Colton. And apart from that, we don't have any new comments, and we have 8 viewers. So if anybody has anything to say, you're welcome to add it. And if anybody is on Patreon and wants to join us and come up on screen with us, like Elena is doing, then you would also be welcome to do that. Patreon is patreon.com/thehebrew-cafe. Go for it, Elena.
Yeah. Haver ani lekol asher yere'ucha u uleshomrei pikudecha.
Yeah. Notice that this word ani is normally ani, but in this case, it's not ani, but ani. Ani.
Yes.
It's like the difference in anachnu and anu. Anu. Chaver ani.
Okay.
Normally, that's a pausal form, and I don't see a reason for it to be in pause, really, because You know, it's not really a big pause, but it is a small pause. Not smallpox.
Okay. I'm a friend to all who fear you and keep your precepts.
And to those who keep.
Right.
Okay.
To those who and to those who keep your precepts.
Good. Normally, if we have the a vowel here and then the 𝗥𝗘𝗦𝗘𝗥𝗩𝗘 letter afterwards, we'd expect to see ול-שומרי פיקודיך without the dagesh, right? פיקודיך. How do we justify the presence of the dagesh here? Because it's after a vowel, שומרי פיקודיך. So why is it שומרי פיקודיך? Why is it got a dagesh? Anybody have any idea?
With the accent?
It does have to do with the accent, yes.
So because it is the pashta. This is pashta, right? So it's several
but
syllables.
It's more to do with the accent that's on the resh.
Oh, revi.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And
so revi is disjunctive, yes.
Yes, divides in four. Quarter.
So it's revi is disjunctive, which means it causes a stop after it, which causes a break there, and makes the pay not consecutive to the vocalization. So it's pikudecha instead of fikudecha. Great. All right. I am a companion of all who fear you.
I am a commandment.
I'm a commandment. So companion, friend, right? I'm a friend or companion to all who fear you, to those who keep your precepts. I'm a comrade. Chaver could be a member of something, a member of a group. Can be anybody who's connected to other people, right? It's not the same. Normally, like you say, when you say love your neighbor as yourself, the word neighbor is rea, right? Rea. ואהבת לרעך כמוך, rea. We have the word amit. Oops. Amitcha, your fellow. We use it today for somebody who works with your coworker. We have the word zulat. How do you write zayin? Zulat. Zulato is somebody other than himself. Zulat is somebody other than yourself. It's not you, it's someone else. What else? What other words do we have? Like chaver, like your fellow.
Well, they call themselves brothers.
Ach. Yeah. Yep. Great. It's good to sometimes just think through a few synonyms. Right. All right. Who's next? Colton.
Me. Yep.
64.
חסדך אדוני מלא הארץ, חוקיך למדני. Okay. Your loving kindness, O Lord, fills the earth. Your precepts fills the land. Sorry.
No. What's the subject of this verb?
Haaretz?
Yes, the haaretz is the subject. So what's it full of?
Oh, that's awful. Don't like that. Sure, okay. Yeah. Earth is full of your loving kindness.
Yes, because chesed is masculine, and aretz is feminine, and mal'ah is feminine. So the subject has to be, the earth is full of your loving kindness, O Lord.
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
Mm-hmm. I don't like the syntax of that at all, by the way. But
it's fun. Well, if we had normally something is full, it's full of something. You say male be Like, for example, maleh
Yep.
b'mayim is
Yep,
full of water.
Yep,
But
that's what I
remember
expect.
remember whenever Elijah was offering the sacrifice on Mount Carmel, he didn't say that it was maleh b'mayim. He just said maleh mayim, full of water.
I
Full of
know,
water.
but I still expect the other one.
So that instrumental bet doesn't have to be there, and we don't have to have this.
Right. But it should be.
Adonai mal'ah haaretz. It would make better sense syntactically for us.
Yeah. No, it
with your loving kindness, O Lord, the earth is full.
Yeah.
But we have to watch out for the gender. It does make a difference.
Yeah.
And what about this 𝗥𝗘𝗦𝗘𝗥𝗓𝗓 lamedeni?
Yeah, teach me.
We've seen that throughout
statutes.
Right, and we see it both ways, right? We see it 𝗥𝗘𝗦 lamedeni or lamedeni 𝗥𝗘𝗦. We see it both ways throughout our. We've read through a lot of Psalm 119 by the way, already. 64 verses, that's a lot. The earth, O Lord, is full of your steadfast love.
Look at the way the JPS does it.
Your steadfast love, O Lord, fills the earth. No, that's not what it says. Because to fill something also switches maleh to the PL. Mileh.
Yeah.
Mileh. So it filled. Yeah. The active filling of something is PL, not.
Why would the JPS do that? I mean, I know they like to take a little bit of liberty.
They're wicked.
Is there a note in the BHS by any chance that says that?
Let us check. This was verse 64. I'm going to move to verse 64 and pull BHS over and see. There is no note. 64 has no note.
Worth checking.
Indeed. BHS is lovely. It's not pretty to look at, but it's got a lot of information.
It's really helpful.
Right. It is. These are our next set of verses. It's section Tet, and we're starting with verse 65, which is Samech Hey. I believe I'm next. Tov asita im avdecha. I wanted to say avdecha, because that would be pause. That's weird, avdecha in pause. Tov asita im avdecha Adonai ki dvarecha. Okay, so Adonai here is obviously vocative. We're talking to God, and we're saying, you have done. So you have done good with your servant. It means you've treated your servant well according to your promise or according to your word. I think this one does have a note in the BHS. If we look right there, verse 65 says, not a few, nonne means, it's non means nonule, means not a few, or not none. Not no manuscripts. It means a few manuscripts have yod, which means plural, devarecha. So according to your words, some of the Hebrew manuscripts say that. Which one we should go with? I don't know. We'll go with BHS, the one that's written here with WLC. Tov asita im avdecha Adonai ki dvarecha. Oh Lord, you have done well with your servant. You've treated your servant well according to your promise or promises, your words. You have dealt well with your servant, O Lord, according to your word. You have treated your servant well according to your word, O Lord. Okay, that's basically the meaning that we got. And we should know in this verse, real quick, Elena, before you read, that BHS says that this word, we saw it in the previous verse, Tov, that this word probably was copied from the previous verse and is a mistake and shouldn't be there. That's what the BHS says. It probably is a mistake and shouldn't be there. But we're going to read it as if it were and read a series of 3 things that the psalmist is asking God to teach him. You're going to read, Elena?
Yeah. Tuv ta'am avedat lamedeni ki b'mitzvotecha. Ki b'mitzvotecha he'emanti.
We already talked about he'emanti, right? Ani ma'amin be'emunah shlema.
Yeah, ani b'amin, yes. Ila de'emanti. Okay. So, Tuv is probably Tov, right? Good.
Well, it's Tov that's turned into a noun. It means goodness.
Goodness, okay. Goodness is your judgment.
Well, we're gonna take these three things: tuv, dam, vadat. These are three things.
So your
Goodness?
judgment and knowledge are good.
No, good is a noun.
Okay, our goodness.
Goodness.
Uh-huh.
Goodness.
Mm-hmm.
Ta'am is sense or judgment. So he's telling him, teach me goodness, sense or judgment, and knowledge.
Okay, teach me, yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because that's 𝗥𝗚𝗦𝗘𝗏 over here. Okay,
Yeah.
so teach me your judgment. No, teach me goodness and knowledge. Teach
And
goodness,
sense.
teach me.
Technically, ta'am means taste, right? It means taste.
Okay.
But because it means taste, you're able to test something or test it, and know if it's good or bad. So it's judgment because you're able to taste it and know the difference.
Will it be teach me goodness of your judgment and knowledge?
There's no of. It's three things: goodness, judgment, and knowledge.
And
Teach me.
knowledge. Okay, teach me. Teach me goodness, judgment, and knowledge. Because by your commandments.
Well, because in your commandments, what's 𝗥𝗚𝗦𝗘𝗥𝗡? Ma'amin.
I believe.
I believe in your commandments.
Because in your commandments I believe.
Yeah.
Is this
right.
ta'am word where we get like 𝗥𝗚𝗦 from? The thing that gives us the sense of the word? That makes good sense.
Yes,
Makes
right.
good sense.
And this is exactly the word ta'am means several things. It means, remember in Aramaic it's te'em. Te'em, it's like a decree, like an order of the king, a decree.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right? And so ta'am in Hebrew doesn't really carry that sense like te'em. It means taste, and it means taste in all senses. Like if you have good taste, yesh lecha ta'am tov, you have good taste. It can mean sense, like there is no sense in doing. En ta'am la'asot 𝗔𝗘𝗦. There is no sense in doing this. Right? Ta'am is it's sense, like a reason, like sense or reason.
Mm-hmm.
And because of that, it can be extended to the idea of judgment.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So it has a lot of uses. It's a really wide word that sometimes it's hard to translate because it has a lot of different ways that it can be used. So if we remove tuv because of VHS's suggestion, we say tam vadat lamedeni, teach me judgment and knowledge. Ki v'mitzvotecha ēmanti, for I believed in your, or I believe as a nomic statement, I believe in your commandments. Why is it vadat? Can you see the word va, the sound va? Ta'am vadat. Right? We would normally say vedat. Vedat. Why is it va?
Because they are like a closely related idea. And so it's like kind of showing that it's a pair. Same thing happens with
it's two things. It's first of all, it's a pair, tam vadat or tuv tam vadat, and secondly, this syllable, the ve, comes right before the tone. Right before the tone. If it's right before the tone, it will often lengthen. So you're going to say it's. You're going to say it's tov. Right? Isn't that what you were going to say?
What?
I thought you were going to say it's tov v'ra. The tree, or it's dat tov v'ra.
I was going to say
tree of the knowledge of good and evil.
I was going to say tohu vavohu.
Okay. So it's dat tov v'ra, the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, vara, not vera, and tohu, va, vohu. In Genesis chapter 1, right? Tohu va vohu. Right, great.
It's
Good
so funny
examples.
because James and I talked about that this week. If he's still here, I doubt he is, but I don't remember what brought it up, but it was something that we were reading, and we were like, "Oh, yeah, look at it, there it is."
Yeah. So the translations have teach me good judgment and knowledge. Good judgment, goodness of judgment. Maybe if we're going to make it a construct. Teach me good sense and knowledge. I don't like this good sense and good judgment. I don't know. Teach me judgment and knowledge and goodness. For I have put my trust in you, or in your commandments, or in your precepts, or something, whatever you commanded. Just so you know, my mom has posted on there. Hit that like button. People say that on YouTube. Please like and subscribe. Maybe that will make it pop up on there when you play it back. But give us a like and please join us in what we do. All right, next verse. Verse 67. It's Colton's turn. Remember that we should probably repoint this as a nifal. Like this.
Yeah, whatever. Okay. You just want me to read it that way, or read
it as it's written, and then tell us what is what's written there, and what the difference would be.
Yeah. So 𝗕𝗘𝗦𝗘𝗧𝗢𝗔 אני שוגג, ואתה אמרתך שמרתי. Shamarti. So the reason why we think this should be a nifal is because of the sense that it takes. So ana is one of these words that can mean a couple of different things. So the thing that we usually think of is to answer somebody. But in the nifal, it can mean to oppress them, or to trouble them, or to humble them.
Or afflict. It's from the word poor or afflicted.
Yeah. So before I was humbled, I shogeg. I was what is that?
We talked before about with the word zedim, that if you do something on purpose, you deliberately and flagrantly you do it bezadon. This is you flagrantly break the Torah. But if you do it because of you weren't paying attention, it's a mistake. It's bishgaga.
Yeah.
It's by mistake.
Yeah. So before I was humbled, I mistakenly erred. And now your word I keep. But now your word I keep. So.
Yeah. Yes. Good. Another pointing that we could go with would be like the normal word for to afflict is in the PL, so it's ina to afflict le'anot. Notice the difference between I answer la'anot, which is written here before I answered. La'anot is to answer. But to afflict, like the commandments about afflicting your soul for Yom Kippur, is the verb le'anot. Le'anot. This is PL, and this is Kal. La'anot and le'anot. So ye'aneh, he will afflict, and ya'aneh, he will answer. They're very, very close. So if we took the PL and made it passive, then we would have the pu'al, which would give us perhaps a repointing in the future. So it's a with u. Aune. Aune. Aune, I would be afflicted with the pu'al. Aune. So this is the pointing that we've received from Masoretic text. If we look at the BHS, it suggests, okay, right there. It says from the Septuagint, and also related to what's happening in the Syriac, it suggests a nifal, ane. That's what the reading that they suggest. Meaning before I was humbled, because before I used to walk arrogantly, but then I was humbled, and now I keep your commandments. Before I was humbled, I went astray, but now I keep your word. That's the sense. Okay, fantastic. Good. Verse 68 says, Tov ata umitiv lamdeni chukecha. We just had chukecha lamdeni. It goes back and forth, but it means the same thing. Teach me your statutes. You are good. Tov ata. Tov is the adjective where we had tuv as the noun before. Tuv. When you wish somebody, like you want to give them a short blessing, you can tell them, Kol tuv, all goodness. We say to somebody, Kol tuv. It's like saying, how are you? You're good. I hope everything good happens for you. Tov ata u'meitiv. Meitiv is the hifil of the word for doing good. So you are good and you do good. Teach me your laws. Okay? You are good and you do good. You are beneficent. Omnibeneficent is the philosopher's definition of God, right? You are good and beneficent. Teach me your laws. Verse 69, and we are back to Helena. We're kind of booking through these, huh? Good job. My mom says that in Missouri, there's an enhanced tornado risk. So please be careful if you're out there in Tornado Alley. Like I said, in Israel, we're worried about Iran deciding to attack suddenly. Keep your eyes open, no matter where you are. Oh, you got a good verse here.
תפלו עלי שקר צדים. אני בכל לב אצור פקודיך. Okay. They smeared upon me lie.
In Zaydim, we mentioned 2 verses ago.
Insolent.
Arrogant people, insolent people, people who do bad things on purpose.
I, with all my heart, with all heart, with whole heart, I will keep your precepts.
Brilliant. Very, very good. So if we turn this around, like we could say, they smeared a lie on me, right? Or they smeared me with lies, we like to say, I think, obviously, normally in English. So arrogant men smeared me with lies. But these are 2 contrastive things. So let's say, although arrogant men smear me with lies, I keep your commandments with all my heart. Yeah? Let's see what the translations say. The arrogant smear me with lies, but with my whole heart I keep your precepts. Though the arrogant have accused me falsely. They've accused me falsely. I see the JPS has flowery ways to say things. I observe your precepts wholeheartedly, bechol lev, belev shalem, with a whole heart. Belev shalem, with a whole heart. Wholeheartedly. All right, verse 70 for Colton. Remember that this is tafash, because I read it as tafas, which is he caught, but it's tafash.
Tafash kachelev libam. Ani toratecha I'm going to get this. She'ashati.
She'ashati.
Okay. This is the fat word, right? They become okay.
Yeah.
They become fat as the fat of their heart.
Well, so their heart is the subject. The heart is the subject. Their heart became fat like fat.
Okay. Right. Can't be in construct. It has a definite article, doesn't it? Yeah. Their heart became fat like fat. I hear the law. Is this the
What can that possibly mean when the heart becomes fat?
full? I don't know. Satisfied and something else. I don't know.
But often I think that if the heart becomes fat, it becomes unfeeling. Right? It becomes insensitive.
Insulated. Yeah, it's insulated.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I, your law, your teaching, shati. Oh my gosh, we've gone over this word so much. Is it take delight in? Is it something like that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Often it's in the 𝗕𝗘𝗦𝗘𝗥𝗡, right? The 𝗕𝗘𝗦𝗘𝗥𝗡. Ishta-shati. Ishta-shati, shia-shati. Shia-shati here is in the PL, which is the 𝗕𝗘𝗦𝗘𝗥, right? Because it's a geminate root. 𝗕𝗘𝗦𝗘𝗥.
Yeah.
It's the same as PL. All right. And the translations say, their hearts are fat and gross, but I delight in your law. Their minds are thick like fat, their minds, libam. As for me, your teaching is my delight. That might be the way to go with it, that their minds are thick and not sensitive. Because the lev in Hebrew thinking, the heart was not the center of emotion, right? It was the center of thought. So this is why Kohelet, the Ecclesiastes, Kohelet often says, I said to my heart. It means I said to my mind, I thought to myself. And it doesn't mean that I said in my feelings, or I was talking with my feelings. All right. Tovli 𝗕𝗚𝗦𝗘𝗥𝗡. Unneti is the same that we said before. 𝗥𝗚𝗦𝗚𝗙 is the past tense of the pual, of le'anot, to afflict. Tovli 𝗕𝗚𝗦𝗘 leman elmad 𝗥𝗘𝗦. It was good. I'm going to say was because uneti is in the past. It was good for me that I was afflicted, or I was humbled, I was humiliated. It's like hushpalti. Hushpalti, lashpil is to humiliate, to make somebody low. Shafel. The root shafel is low. So in Hebrew we have the center of Israel is called the shfela. Shfela is the lowlands, the flatlands that go into the mountains that lead that Jerusalem is on. Right? It's between the sea and Jerusalem, the shfela. Rehovot and Rishon LeZion, the shfela. All right, so tov li 𝗕𝗚𝗦𝗘 leman elmad 𝗥𝗘𝗦. Lema'an is in order that I might learn your laws. So he's basically saying, if I hadn't been lowered, if I hadn't been humbled, then I never would have thought twice about learning your laws. So it was good for me that I was lowered, that I was humiliated, so that I would learn your laws. It was good for me to be that I was humbled, so I might learn your statutes. It was good for me that I was humbled, so I might learn your laws. Same idea being presented. And now we are on verse 71 or 72 for Elena. 72 is the end of our 8-verse section, and we are at 2 minutes to time. So we're doing very well, and we'll finish this up and be done with our section.
Okay. Tov li torat picha me'alpei zahav v'chasaf.
This is the same phrase we had a minute ago. Totally.
Yes, me, you, the law of your mouth. Okay. The law of your mouth is good.
But it's good from something else. So it's not good, but it's This is how Hebrew does comparisons. So it's better.
Okay, where's comparison here?
The word tov is good, and
Yes,
the
good.
partitive min, the word min, makes it comparison. Tov mi menu means better than him.
Me'al pay.
Yes.
Okay, me'al pay. Okay, that's mean. Okay. Didn't get it. So the law of your mouth is better for me than something silver and gold. Thousands. Okay, then thousands of gold and silver.
Yeah, and thousands of gold and silver means thousands of pieces, right? Thousands of.
Thousands. And here it is 𝗥𝗘𝗦𝗘𝗥𝗡. This one, because this is a pair over here. We discussed.
Yes, good.
Okay.
Good. It's both because it's a pair and because it appears before the stressed syllable. 𝗥𝗚𝗦𝗘𝗥𝗡, and chasif instead of kesef because it's in pause. Yeah. So the law of your mouth is better to me than thousands of gold and silver pieces. I prefer the teaching of you proclaimed to thousands of gold and silver pieces. Fantastic. And that is the completion of our lesson for today. And so we say sof. Sof is the end. Any questions or issues that we can address very quickly before moving on to wine green?
Don't reckon so. I don't like that it's dark outside already, but that's what.
Well, our clocks changed last week, so it's been dark here for a long time. If we could just get over this idea of leaving daylight savings time, I think the world would be in a better position emotionally, because nobody likes it. But, it is what it is.
Do despair, woe on me.
Yeah, let's continue to vote that they get rid of standard time and leave us always in what's it called? The daylight savings, because it's better. All right. Anyway, we are going to jump over on. I hope everybody's enjoying it, because it's wonderful. The Psalms are a lot of fun. Like it's much more intelligible than I think most people realize, because most people think, oh, the Psalms is poetry, and poetry is difficult and it's going to be hard. But we're showing you that the Psalms are actually fun to read.
Yeah, we'll read 𝗥𝗘𝗦𝗘𝗥 next and let y'all really see what hard is.
Yes. So let us jump over to wine green for those who are following with us for the next lesson. And I'm going to take a 2-minute break because I need to go to potty. So we'll see you guys in a few minutes. Love you all. Peace and happiness, and keep us in your thoughts. Bye-bye.
Bye.